Yo, 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 what's up guys? It's me, daKatz. Welcome back to another episode of the BTS for Easy Minds. A lot of you have been asking for an update, and I know I've been stalling, and that's because, truthfully, I haven't really had anything to talk about. You know, in the past, when I've done BTSs, it's usually been because there's some sort of controversy or some sort of, major issue or whatever, which I can cover, and then I get vented about, and that's entertaining for you guys. But really, in the last couple of weeks, there's been nothing. But I made a poll on the Discord and asked you guys, what do you guys want me to talk about? And this is what you guys voted on, so I guess that's what we'll talk about. And maybe I'll chuck in some other bits and pieces throughout the video. But yeah, the first thing you guys want is an update on Christmas, the Christmas update. And to that, I'll say, I haven't really got an update for you guys. This is what we have going for the Christmas section so far. So to be honest, this has been worked on by Fuse. He actually really has full control over it all, so I don't even really know what his plans are for it, but it's going to be like a progressive sort of thing. It's not going to be like the way I do it, where it's just like a bunch of mines and stuff. He's going for like a more of like a whole storyline type thing from the looks of it. So if you guys do want updates on the Christmas stuff, you better bug Fuse, not me, because I actually have no idea what's going on with it. Which is a bit sad to say. This is what I've been working on. Sections, as you can see. So we recently put out the Void section, and the drop of that was quite successful, and then I started working on the next section. So then we've got Shroom. This one is going to be a pink theme. I haven't thought of a name. If you guys have any suggestions for names, let me know in the comments below. And then this one is likely going to be a Heaven, because the way I look at it, if we go to Void, which is here, then the next one is Shroom. Now, bear in mind, these spiral layers don't really match up. We have to have 8 mines per spiral, but yeah, if this will be 8 mines, and then we'll have a portal here. Then we'll have another 8 mines, which will end back here, so there'll be a portal here. That's one more layer. And then there's another layer, portal there, and then one last layer, portal here. So we've got Shroom, then we've got something, and then the top. But yeah, this is what the next mines are going to look like, and these are the tools that I'm thinking. So if you guys want them sneak peeks, there you go. So what I'll do next is give you an update on the player count. This has been our player count for the last 7 days, and this is the last 30 days. So over the last 30 days, sort of at the start of the month, we weren't doing very well, peaking, around 20 to 30 players, sort of holding consistent 10, 15 players or whatever. And then in the last week or so, it's vamped up. And I don't really know why. I think it could be like American Thanksgiving holiday season or whatever. But what I started doing is every Sunday night, I do a Keyall event. So this is one that we did here. And then this is another one that we did last week. And this one peaked at, it says 74, but it actually peaked at 80. And then we got another Keyall event tomorrow. So hopefully it peaks higher than 80. But I feel like with these Keyall events, and I think this one here as well is when we dropped Void last week. So yeah, with these Keyall events, it gets the community engaged, which brings in the players, and then we see nice numbers. So yeah, even last peak on Thursday was 40 players. So now we hold like a consistent, there's always like at least 20 people on the server, which is nice. Whereas previously, like at the start of the month, we were hitting like 20 people on average, or 20 player peaks. So yeah, we can see here the stats have increased. Now, unique players is pretty consistent. New players is pretty consistent. Regular players has gone up. Average playtime sessions gone up. Average sessions in general. And then activity like player kills, mob kills, deaths. So all this stuff has increased, which is nice to see. So yeah, I found that doing these Keyall events has been really good for the engagement of the server, and thus I'm going to continue to do them. I think I have some footage from the Keyall we did last week, so maybe I'll show you some of that.
Yeah, yo!
Bro! Raid rush.
Holy!
I'm actually dying. No.
Hey!
What did I just
I'm
get
opening
back on?
stuff.
Oh,
Nemo!
nice.
Nemo
Oh,
Oh my god.
Please,
Bro.
look at my...
nah, bro,
Look at my
stop
belt.
this, stop this.
I
my
can't hear
ears.
you.
Ow.
I need to turn.
That's another costume.
Wait!
We're with
It's
44 people.
spawn!
It's spawn, it's spawn!
It's spawn.
It's spawn!
God damn.
I have to go eat pancakes! Let me
Come
go!
on!
What's the costume?
I got a gas here.
Look at this. We're on
It was,
fucking
it
80
was.
people.
7-hour boost, man.
Next up we have is staff management. Now, I've had a lot of questions from other server owners recently who are asking like how I do my staff management. So next up I have some clips of me just going through the current layout of our staff team and trying to sort of understand its structure a little bit better. With me as server owner, like I try to distance myself from the staff management and development management of the server, and I leave that in the hands of my admins, and I pay them so that they can deal with it and I don't have to think about it, and as a result, they're free to do it however they wish. But recently, there's been, I don't know, our staff manager, Justbode, has said that he wants to resign, and so as part of like transitioning him out, I've been looking at like the staff team itself to like understand how it works, and I realized I have no idea how it works. So yeah, next few clips is just going to be me talking about the structure and trying to get an understanding of it. So yeah, hopefully you guys find that entertaining as well. So what I've got in front of me is the Canva flowchart of our current, or not current, but our last updated staff hierarchy. I don't even know when I last touched this, but this was our staff hierarchy at the time, and this is just like completely inaccurate. So what I thought I'd do is just sort of update this right now so that I can visualize what the current staff structure actually looks like. And the reason I want to do this is because I want to review our like staff guide, Notion board, badge system, etc., etc. Now, I do have like staff managers and, you know, a whole system in place so that I don't have to think about this kind of stuff. But at the current point in time, I really have no idea how promotions, demotions, badges, and all that stuff is currently working on the server. So I thought it'd just be good to sort of visualize how things are currently and see if there are any sort of tweaks that we can make, because the big thing that's happening is our current staff admin Justbode has said he wants to resign, and that's only happening at some point, not sure exactly when, but as part of the transition, him going and somebody else taking his place, I thought it'd just be good to sort of touch on things again and see how it is. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to put an update. This is how we write dates in Australia, so if that looks wrong to you, then yeah, deal with it. But yeah, this is our current hierarchy that we have here. So like Tesla Road, for example, he's not even in the staff team anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Easy Minds Discord, and I'm just going to go ahead and get a current list of all the staff. And the place I like to get it is here on the Discord. So this gets updated every week with a list of all the staff. And so yeah, I'm just going to take all of these names and fill the flowchart. So this is the correct structure of the staff. What I want to do now is take a look at our staff management tracker. Now this is like Management Plus. So the only people that have access to this document are myself, Justbode, and Fuse. And this is sort of like where we just write everything down. So this is where we have all of our staff applications, current staff, strikes, performance, ex-staff, player observations, blah, blah, blah. But this is the list of the current staff. And I've just hidden the ages. But yeah, these are like how long the people have been in the team for. We've got some crazy numbers, by the way. Like Pikachu has been staff for 149 days and has been a senior mod for 63 days. Blaze as well has been mod for 36 days. Papara, 28, 21, 3, 21, 3. So like, for example, why Dr. Super Smart, he's been in staff for 36 days, but Raw Smaver has been in staff for 21 days, and they have a higher role than Dr. Super Smart. Is it because, like, you'd have to think, like, Dr. Super Smart has been like, less active, or this person here has been doing more work, you know? But how are we actually tracking that performance? And that's why we should have these performance things. So this is how we calculate the badges, right? So this gets updated like once a month when we delegate store credit. I'm not exactly sure how the math works on this anymore. But yeah, these are the badges for October. So when I used to staff manage for Lucky MC, I would update this on a weekly basis. And I would post it to all the staff so that they could visibly see how they're performing and tracking on a weekly basis. And then I would use that information to, you know, work out promotions, demotions, etc. And if a staff member was demoted, then they would know why, and it would just be completely out of the blue. But now what we're going to do is we're going to flick over to our Notion board. I had a couple of people reach out to me recently about how we do our staff guide and our Notion board and what exactly a manager is supposed to do. So yeah, let me show you what this currently looks like. So this is the staff ranks responsibilities. So this is what each of the managers do. And then this is what each of the actual individual ranks do. So this information is all great. But yeah, promotions and demotions, how it's handled. So what do we look at? We look at activity, engagement, punishments, playtime, behavior, value to the server, and time in role. So like effectively everything here. But that must mean the manager, like Bo, just sort of keeps this information to himself. Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, the people that are getting promoted, this information needs to be more clear. It needs to be more public. Like, even to me, I don't know. Like, how active, how engaged all of our current staff. And like, no diss against either of these two players, but like, this is why things just need to be more transparent, in my opinion. But yeah, that's that page. Then we have the teams thing. So again, this is like unutilized. We have our staff rules, cool. The badge system. So badges are awarded for the following areas: punishments, tickets, playtime, bugs. Every month, staff get their payout, but I don't know where that information is shared either. Like, we obviously have it here, but I feel like this information should be public to the rest of the server or like the rest of the staff. All right, so what I've done is I've just written down some questions, which I'm going to ask the staff manager. So first of all is, how are current staff promotions determined? And then I've used that example. Where is the information stored? How is staff payout information displayed? And how do they know how much they're receiving? I'm assuming this is like each of the staff members just gets a DM or something. How can staff tell where they're currently tracking in terms of performance and when they can expect a promotion? So this is just sort of what I want to have the information to. And then the changes I want to see with the new management is more visibility / transparency around weekly performance and promotions. Have the performance spreadsheet be updated on a weekly basis. Review the badge system, how exactly are payouts calculated, and set up an archive for trainee applications. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the Discord and I'm just going to ask this in our mentorship thing. So just a quick update to those previous questions. I got some information out of Just Bode. Essentially with the staff promotions, that's more just like a conversation that happens between himself and staff mentor. It's not really anywhere, that information is not really displayed anywhere. With the example, Dr. Super Smart and Raw Schmaven I was talking about before, Dr. Super Smart was off for a week, so that explains the gap. Where is staff pay information displayed? Nowhere. That's something we're going to change. And how can staff tell how they're currently tracking? Again, they can't really. But yeah, that's the answers to those questions. I want to show you some other things, though, that I've set up since then. The way we do staff applications, like I said, is we will, fill out the Google Sheet form, and then we'll go ahead and delete the response. And so if a person then asks, well, as I rejected, we can refer to the Google Sheet, but sometimes the information on the Google Sheet can be quite limited. So what I've set up now is an archive on the staff Discord. And now what happens is every time a Google form is submitted, it will come to one of these threads or whatever. And it looks like this, which is really cool. I set this up myself. I'm pretty proud. But yeah, it's basically just like the Google form, like this. And then the staff can actually add their own notes as well, which I think is pretty cool. So, staff managers or mods or whoever you want to like give access to this information, they could then add information as well to this thing. Like, I don't have context of who some of these people are that are applying, so somebody else could be like, oh no, I know him, he was banned the other day for this, here's an example. Oh no, this person's probably not good because they say some kind of offensive stuff, have a look at this as an example. Like, they can just chuck in like, information and stuff that will help me make my decision. It won't, make the decision, but it'll help. So yeah, I thought that was just a cool addition. And yeah, now we've got like an archive of all staff applications as well, which is like the main thing that I wanted. All right, guys, so I'm back on the server again. Now it's the next Sunday night. We got our Keel event, which is scheduled to start in 2 weeks. Sorry, not 2 weeks. In 2 hours. And so I was working on some more like admin abuse type, events. So I have this admin abuse command, and I've just been building it with like random shenanigans. And so in the previous week, we did a whole bunch of like, lightning and frenzy boosts and trolling and the gas cannon. The gas cannon was like the main thing that I had fun with. And then I also had like this gas boy set up. So all the ghasts will drop tokens, blood, but also ghast tears, which can be used to get the skull. So that was the idea behind the ghast, just spamming it everywhere really, just because, it's fun, And now I've set up another gun. Instead of ghasts, it is snowmen. And so with the snowmen, you can get balls, which you can throw at other people or whatever. But then you can also get the snow blocks and also get the snowman skull, or there's a 1 in 100% chance of getting a skull by killing the snowman. So my idea here will be if I just go snowman cannon, get the cannon, and then boom, spawns 5 at a time. And yeah, they literally just like run around and shoot people, bunch of effects. They got 1,000 health, but they burn up pretty quickly. And yeah, they all just drop snowballs. And then, like I said, there's a 1% chance of getting a skull as well. So my goal is, when we do the Keel event, I'm going to be spamming the snowmen, spamming the ghasts. And my goal is like every week just to build out this admin abuse command with like, shenanigans and different fun things. And so if you have any ideas for like what we can do admin abuse wise in future weeks, let me know in the comments below. But aside from that, we've also been working on the Void boss. So I have that up and running now, and I am pretty happy with how it all works. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly go inside here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into GM0, and then I'm just going to quickly switch on my God mode. And yeah, I just want to show you sort of how it works. What are the effects? Yeah, it's pretty loud as you can see. Yeah, so we got the main boss. This is the Void Terror. It's got 2,000 health. Because of the way health works on this server, it is capped at 2,000, and I haven't increased it for some reason. I don't know why. But I basically just made it so like when you hit it with the sword, it will divide the damage by a certain amount, which sort of balances the fight. But then also have the little minions. I've reduced these guys to 250 health. It was previously 1,000, then 500. Now it's 250, so that you can actually kill it. And yeah, the boss spawns up to 2 little minions. They move pretty fast, and you can see that these bosses actually have quite a lot of effects. Like this. Like this is really cool, I think. Quite unique. But yeah, these bosses are really, really tough, and you'll probably need to, work with somebody in order to beat it. But that's what you get by being, like, the hardest boss in the game. So yeah, if we get out of here, go to the portal, go back to this area, you can see here we have our NPCs as well. So, for example, to get the Void, we need to get 8 Void Terror Skulls. And then, yeah, that's to get the Void, to get all the armors. And so you've got 4 pieces of armor, 2 tools, an elytra. You've obviously got your Void Talisman as well, remnants, bows, all that good stuff. With the remnants, I've added Void Essence, so that's the drop for the minion. So you need 32 of that. Now, it might seem like a lot, but with the sword, with looting 1, normally that means you're going to get 2 boss drops per kill. If there's Raid Rush, you're going to get 4. And then with the Void Sword, there's looting 2 on it. So you're going to get 3 drops per kill, or 6 on a Raid Rush. So once you got like these swords, it's actually pretty easy to get the skulls. It's just, very grindy overall. We've got a secret bat here for compressing. And one of the other things I've also added is the easy pickaxe, which I think people will be excited for. This thing is super expensive. Like, I don't even know what that is. 200 million coins, maybe 2 billion, I don't know. Super compressed blood, super compressed tokens, 32 OP tokens, mega compressed glowstone, Shy-Halud skull, press Viper Silk, this, that, yeah. A lot of ingredients. But yeah, it's basically the best pickaxe in the game. And then I was thinking, after we do the easy dealer, we can also do a plus pickaxe, which will be something even crazier. And then that way I can utilize the remaining layers of the spiral. You know, these ones here that I discussed. Oh yeah, another thing is, you can see right now we have a lot of turkey ranks. And that's because for Thanksgiving, I released the turkey rank. Turkey rank comes with all the plus perks, so you basically got like /nickname, /fly, a multi, a bunch of other stuff, everything that comes with the plus rank, like I mentioned, and it only costs $1. And the rank lasts for 1 week. So if you buy the rank, you'll get it for a week. When the rank gets deleted, then you lose the rank, but you also get a week of regular plus. So even once I delete the turkey rank, you'll still have plus perks. But yeah, turkey rank, $1. I like to do this every month. So in Halloween, I did this for the, what was it? The spooky rank. I deleted the group and I deleted off Tebex as well, so I can't recall how many sales there were. But I feel like there would have been 20, maybe 30 sales at the most of it. But with Turkey, on the other hand, LP group Turkey list members, we have had 80 sales so far. That's $80, and that basically pays for the server plan for 1 month, which is pretty good. But yeah, 80 people buying the Turkey group is pretty insane. And I think it's something I'm going to continue doing, like these $1 ranks, because I think they're just cool. I really like making them, and I think they really stand out. And yeah, look how awesome everyone looks. So the next one will probably be like some sort of Christmas-related rank. What should it be called? Santa rank? Winter rank? I don't know. Jolly rank? Jolly rank could be good. I kind of like Jolly rank. But yeah, again, if you guys have any suggestions for rank names, let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, back again to the plan statistics. We did our Keel event last night. My goal was to beat 80 players from the week prior, but unfortunately we didn't. We ended up peaking out at 58 players, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, still good nonetheless. And since then, since the peak, we've sort of held steady throughout the day, slowly dropping, and now we're back to 21 players. So again, for that full week chart, you can see that we are on an incline, a rising incline, which is great. But yeah, I really would have liked to have beaten the record. Now, one of the issues we had was with the Snowman mob. Because it was through the Mythic Mobs plugin, it was just causing a lot of lag, a lot of FPS drops, a lot of ping issues. I don't actually know where the lag was coming from, but we assume it's Mythic Mobs, and it might be due to the particles, or it might just be something else. So yeah, we were getting a lot of people joining, but then we hit 55, and then we just dropped. But yeah, I'd say, you know, it wasn't the most successful Keel event, but still good. Getting people into the routine of things, which is good. But yeah, we need to do more creative admin abuse stuff in the future. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up today's BTS. So I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, go ahead, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.